Okay, third grade. This is the video for our shadow puppet monster project, where you're going to be tracing your hand and your arm and then turning it into like a monster. This is really fun because you can be really creative with it, and it's kind of fun to see how you can kind of manipulate your hands into looking like different animals or monsters. So again, just kind of be creative with it. Maybe the first one that you make, with the shape of your hands, you're not totally in for. So go back and adjust it. That's not a big deal. When we start this, you probably want to trace a decent amount of your arm, just so you give your monster more body or at least more shape. If you just do the hand on the edge of the paper, you're not going to have a lot to work with. You can do more than one on the paper if you can fit it. That's totally fine, and that's up to you. Okay, so turn my paper like this. I'm going to lay my arm here. So if you think about like the classic like shadow puppet duck would be something like this, but you want to think about how you can manipulate your hands into thinking about what area could be what. So if this were going to be ears, and maybe this would be the front face, and then down into like a lip. You want to manipulate your hands and see what you think looks interesting. So let's see if we do something like, we'll start off with this. Okay, so I'm going to trace down here. You can go ahead and add after it's done as much as you want or need to it. So you're not stuck with your shape, but it's a jump off point. Okay, so there's my basic shape here. So what I want to do now is think about how I can add areas into being a monster. I brought these up and I thought these would be really nice to make big eyes that are on the end of this. So my eye here, an eyelid, center part of the eye, a bottom eyelid. I'm going to bring it down in here into the antenna of it. I have my other eye. I think once you really start with the eye, and maybe the mouth, the rest of it really kind of falls into place. Starts to look like the rest of the monster. Let's see. Okay, so I have here. Now you can play with the 3D effect of this. So I have this part, which I was kind of thinking is going to be like the mouth. So if I bring this up here, and this down here, now I have this kind of open area, and I can add a few teeth in here, maybe some teeth here, and bring the teeth back. And now this part, like the tongue, is now 3D. Like this is part of the chin that comes out, which is what I was kind of hoping for. So bring the neck down here. So I have the start of my monster here. Maybe this part's the nose, so I'm going to put a nostril in here. Maybe there'll be another one here. Okay, so now I want to think too, what else can I add to my monster? Does he have the hair? Does he have horns? When I made my other example, I wanted to do like a tuft of hair at the top, but I waited too long to put it in. I didn't feel like it could fit well, so I'm going to add this now. A little tuft of hair here. And the other one was I definitely wanted to do some type of horn. So do I do like a ram's horn? Yeah, maybe I will do that. Like a ram's horn that curls up here, comes down. Maybe there's some lines on it. That's the meaning. Even another one that would be here. And again, there's endless possibilities of what you can add to it, and there's really no right or wrong, which makes it really fun. So that, maybe off here in a distance, it's a large wing. Yeah. That's what's fun about making the monsters, is there's really no rules in what it can look like, because you get to be the one to make it up. All right, so there's my monster with his wing. And I can also go in and be like, maybe to break up that space, especially when I'm coloring it, maybe he has almost these cheetah or like amoeba spots on him, camouflage, or just really kind of fun marks. And fill those in. After I have that all drawn and I like it, decide if you need a background for it. We do want to color in the background, so if you don't want to just do a flat color, you might want to draw something, but I'm going to leave that one up to you. Just take your time, outline it all very carefully with Sharpie, And after it's outlined with Sharpie, decide what you're going to color it in with. Crayons, markers, colored pencils, watercolors, whatever you prefer. I'm going to use right now for mine crayons, because you can blend the crayons pretty easily. I'll show you that here in a second. And which I think is going to be fun for the monster part of it. So let's say I start with my like a yellow to like a red, bright yellows. Okay. So let's say I'd start down here as my yellow. I'm blending the crayons. I really want to make sure I'm applying enough pressure to get it colored in nice and solid. I know it's a little bit far away, but you want to make sure that it's filled in nice and solid. And if I want to change, if I'm going to change my color through here, what I want to do is back off the pressure that I'm putting on the paper as I color lightly up there with my yellow. Okay, so there's a lot less yellow up here than down here. Then I can switch from, I'm going to do my orange. I'm going to color over top of that middle section. And I'm going to do light pressure over top part of the yellow. And then I'm going to do more pressure in the middle so it's darker. And again, light pressure as I get up here. And I'd switch to my red. And start off with light pressure and color down, overlap the orange a little bit. And up here where I really want to be red, go in with more pressure, nice and dark. Okay, and then if it isn't as smooth of a gradation as you want, take your yellow just because it's the lightest. You can color over the whole area, and that will help smooth it out. Okay, in whatever case it is, you want to pick your lightest color and do that with. So then you get a really nice, smooth transition of color. Okay? All right, guys, I'll be really excited to see what you make. Have fun with this one.